I think we're live. Oh my gosh. I haven't done this before, and I don't even know if anyone is going to join. So let's see. And hopefully, when people do join, they can hear me and they can see me. Yeah. So here I am, Di Decker, live from Howard Springs quarantine. And I thought I would just go live because I'm sure that there are many people out there who are interested in what it's like here in the Darwin quarantine facility. And there might be a lot of people out there that are about to travel here. I certainly wanted to know a lot about it before we arrived. So yes, I'm going to take you through a few things about what it's like, what we've been doing the past couple of days. We arrived on Wednesday, the 28th, and we've come from Melbourne because we're relocating. So, yeah, there's no one joined just yet, and that's okay. So, what I might do is just jump in, and hopefully the sound is working. I don't have anyone here to tell me that it's not. So, so this is my room. It's a single room. I'm going to post a YouTube video and just do a room tour, so you can find that on my channel probably in the next few days. It's quite good, actually. They are all single rooms here. I've traveled here with my husband Ben, and he is in the room next door, so we can hang out. He's currently in a meeting, believe it or not, for work. So yes, he may jump onto the chat at some point and let me know how things are going. So why are we here? Great question. So if you know anything about Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, you will know that we have been in a massive lockdown for many, many months. I would say that I was basically stuck in our apartment for 7 months. When we went into stage 4, we were locked down for 112 days. And during that time, Ben lost his job. And then we just decided, well, it's time to probably get out of Victoria. It's time to make the move. And we've moved to Darwin. We've got family up there. So we're pretty excited to be going up to a new place, new state, see what it's like, and just be free. There is no COVID in Darwin or in NT, other than from some return travellers who are actually in this quarantine facility with us right now. I've heard that there's 4 cases of COVID here, and yeah, they're all from return travellers. So they keep us split. So the nationals are on one side and the international travellers are on the other, and there is a fence that keeps us all separated from each other, which is good. So yeah, we've got, I think, another 12 or 11 days to go. So I believe this is day 3. I think they count the first day you arrive as day 1. Yesterday was day 2, and now we're at day 3. So you might want to know what the flight was like. It was actually really strange. The domestic airport was really quiet. There were, the food hall area was all just closed off. There were maybe 3 or 4 places that were open, serving food, but that's about it. So yeah, there wasn't many people traveling. When we were there was a flight going to Sydney, and then there was the flight to Darwin, sort of in the area where we were waiting to board the flight. We flew with Jetstar. We were at the front of the plane, which was good, but there was no separation. So we were in a row of 3, and we had another person next to us. When we boarded, they said, "I know there's lots of vacant seats, but don't move." Yeah, and then when the seatbelt sign went off, people were able to move as long as they told the flight attendants what seat they were moving to. And I guess that's for contact tracing purposes if anyone get sick on the flight, they'd kind of know where everyone was sitting. So yeah, it was good. Took about 4 and a bit hours from Melbourne into Darwin Airport. When we arrived, or when we landed, I should say, there was some storms and lightning. So we had to sit in the plane for, it wasn't too long. It was less than 10 minutes before they could make their way to the gate. And then we were able to get off the plane. And then because of the storms, it took a lot longer to get the luggage off. And it's just a health and safety issue. So they're really conscious of that and making sure that all the staff on the ground are safe during electrical storms. So we were taken through to the international arrival section. We had to fill out an NT border arrival form, and we did that online and printed it out before boarding a flight, just to save us a bit of time. But you can fill that out once you arrive. And then we had to queue and basically get our forms stamped and wait for our luggage to be taken off the plane. So that whole process probably took about an hour and a half, I would say. I meant to time it, but I completely forgot. So once we got our luggage, we then made our ways through to a bus where they put our luggage on, and then we had about a 20-minute ride by bus through to Howard Springs quarantine facility. We got our luggage off, and because we are relocating to Darwin, we had a lot of luggage, and we were really worried about how we were going to get our luggage from the bus to our rooms here in the facility. But thankfully they had trolleys from the airport actually for us to use, so that was a relief. We then went into the gym and lined up, and that's where they allocate your rooms. If you are single travelers or traveling as a group, they'll tend to put singles together, and they'll keep the group together if you're traveling as a big group. Families get through first, and it looks like they have an area where they put all the families together as well, so families with younger children. And couple, obviously, if you're traveling in a couple, they'll make sure that you get rooms next to each other. So yeah, we got allocated rooms, and on the way through, we had hot dinners ready to go in bags. It was actually storming when we had to get to our room, so that was fun. Got a bit wet, that's okay. Then we had our dinner on our balcony, and then just basically got all of our stuff unpacked because we're here for 2 weeks. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm enjoying it so far. We're allowed out on our balconies without face masks on, and we can chat to our fellow people that are staying near us. We can also go for 2 20-minute walks each day. Masks need to be on. So we've been doing a walk in the morning and a walk at night or in the evening at sunset to catch the amazing Darwin sunsets. So that's good. What else? So it costs $2,500 per person to quarantine here, or $5,000 if you're a family. You get 3 meals a day, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The meals are delivered to your balcony, and they'll knock on the door and let you know that the food is here. And they deliver them say breakfast is about 7:30-ish, lunch is around midday, and dinner is around 6. They're all packaged, so in containers. Everything's throwaway, cutlery, you get napkins. And yeah, so we bought our own cutlery just based on a tip from someone that had been here. It's just a lot nicer to eat your meals with normal cutlery rather than plastic cutlery. What else? The food has been okay. It's not 5-star. Just think about, there's probably, say, 2,000 people here at the moment. So, they need to It needs to go through bulk processes. So, yeah, the first night we had roast beef with roast veggies, and breakfast yesterday was more like a continental breakfast. So cereal, yogurt. There seems to be bread rolls with every meal, and the quality of the bread rolls so far haven't been great, quite dry. Yeah, and what did we have for lunch yesterday? Oh, lunch was okay. It was beef and tomato, lettuce, pickle sandwich with a pasta salad. And if anyone has joined, please ask me any questions if you have any. And then last night's dinner was, I had Mongolian beef with rice, and that was actually quite tasty. Had veggies with it, some stir-fried veggies as well. And dessert was carrot cake, which I think I still have in my fridge. And breakfast this morning was a hot breakfast. It was a omelette, chicken omelette. Yeah, I think it was a chicken omelette with potato gems and baked beans and chicken sausages. Really needed some sauce. I'm spewing I didn't bring any tomato sauce. So if you have room in your bags, I'm suggesting bring some condiments. We bought salt and pepper with us. But yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, look, the food's been okay. It's nothing to write home about, but at least you do get 3 meals a day and it's delivered hot if it's a hot meal. Yeah, but you do have the option to do click and collect from Coles and Woolworths. So we actually did a click and collect. We ordered the first day we were here. If you get your order in by 1 a.m. the first night, you can get your Coles or Woolies delivered by the following afternoon. So that was really good. So we ended up, I bought myself Moccona coffee because the tea and coffee supplied here, it's just those Nescafe 43 sachets and Bushell's tea, which isn't too bad, but I don't really drink tea. I drink coffee. And I will be drinking a lot of it because there is no alcohol allowed here. You can't get it delivered because I was reading the reason why is because the NT, in the NT, you need to provide your driver's license when purchasing takeaway alcohol. So that is why. But I would say if you can't go without your booze, you could probably put some in your suitcase. I did not see anyone's suitcase being checked when we arrived. Ours certainly didn't. We actually were okay with not having alcohol for the next 2 weeks because we have been drinking way too much during this pandemic, and it's probably a good thing for us to have a bit of a detox. I'm sure we're going to be drinking plenty of cold beers when we get out of here. That is for sure. So detox before the retox. Pixie Pete told me that the other day, and I was like, yes, that is so true. What else? Oh, you can also get Big W, and I think it was Kmart delivered as well. So, if you need your creature comforts, I see that a few people around here have some. I don't know if they bought them from Big W, but sunbathing, like the stretchers. So people have got them out doing a bit of sunbathing. I'm going to try and see if I can get a bit of a tan, but I'm pretty pale. I've got the lockdown. Well, normally I am pale, but I'm even worse with being locked down for 7 months in Melbourne. So I'm very sun care conscious though, so we'll see how we go. What else can I tell you about quarantine? So each morning they come around to check your temperature and just check in with you, see if you're okay or if you have any symptoms. And within the first 24 hours, you get a COVID test. Now, this was our first time getting the test done yesterday, and I was like, oh no, I was trying to avoid it, but we knew it was coming when we decided we were going to move to Darwin. So anyway, it was done in the morning yesterday, and they get you out on the balcony And basically they take a swab from the back of your throat and then they put the swab up through both nostrils. And I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was. To be honest, it just really tickled. And then afterwards, my eyes watered a little bit and we just like, oh, it kind of felt like you're on the verge of sneezing, but not really, if you know what that feels like. Yeah. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So that's good because we have to get another one done day 11, I'm pretty sure. So I won't be freaking out about that. It's just going to happen and it's going to be like fine. What else? There's a phone number that's manned 24/7 here by the healthcare team. If you need anything, funny story. When I went to have my first shower, I put the shower on and there was lukewarm water coming out, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just wait for the hot water to come, and it wasn't coming. And I was like, this is weird. It's just lukewarm. It's not warm at all. The tap was going the opposite way to what I would have thought the hot water tap was going, like normally. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe the NT is a little bit backwards with their plumbing. So anyway, I had a cold shower and I went over to Ben's cabin next door. I was like, oh my gosh, so annoying. My hot water's not working. I had to have a cold shower. So yesterday morning, I've rung this hotline and I said, look, I don't have any hot water in my shower and I really would like someone to come and see it out about it. And so they sent someone around, and so silly me, literally it was because I had the cold water tap on. So the cold water tap runs lukewarm, and when you flick over to the hot water, which I did, you've got to, it is cold, and then you've got to wait for it to run hot. So I felt like a real loser. I found that out. But they did say I wouldn't be the first one to say that there was no hot water. Anyway, loser story for Didecker. So I had a really nice warm shower in my own shower yesterday. I did shower in Ben's yesterday morning. But yeah, so, crazy. What else? So in my room, you get a king single bed. So, I mean, it's good. Like, if you were a small, you can probably, and you have a partner, you can share that bed with them. Yep, there's some drawers. There is a cupboard. It's a hanging cupboard, but there's no coat hangers. So that's a good tip from me. If you are coming here, maybe pack some coat hangers if you want to hang anything. You also get a fridge, and they give you 2 1-liter bottles of water when you arrive, but that's it for the entire time. They want you to basically refill them with the tap water. They've advised that it is completely fine to drink NT water. You can boil it in your kettle that they provide as well if you wish, and they also provide you a 2-liter water jug to put in your fridge. So that's good. You also get a big container. I feel like it's like 600 mils maybe of UHT milk. And as I said before, tea, coffee, and sugar. They also supply you with some disposable cups. So everything here is disposable. You also get a bathroom with a shower, basin, and toilet, obviously, and 3 rolls of toilet paper. You get a TV, as you can see in the back, and an air conditioner to keep your room nice and cool because, the temperature outside is quite warm and humid. We only have had rain the first night when we arrived. So yesterday, no rain at all. It was really nice. It was hot, so not as humid as the first night. So what else? So based on what I'd read online before coming, we did bring some things with us. Like I was going to bring proper plates, but given the amount of stuff we have had to pack, because basically our apartment is going to be sitting, all of our furniture and belongings is going to be sitting in a warehouse until we find a place to live. We're going to be staying with relatives until that time. So we had to pack not only for quarantine, but also living outside of quarantine until we get access to our belongings. So it was actually really tough to decide what to pack and like pack into the container and what to pack for quarantine. So we couldn't bring a lot of stuff, but we bought some big paper or disposable plates, just because I knew that they were going to serve the food in like rectangular containers, but we haven't actually used them yet. We did bring proper cutlery, just again, as I said, they give you plastic cutlery, and I saw at a post today that someone got their packet of cutlery which only contained a knife to eat their breakfast with. So not ideal. We have also bought a chopping board, some tea towels, some cleaning cloths, and some sharp knives, because you get fruit you get a lot of fruit, like fruit with breakfast and lunch. A lot of apples, guys, oranges. We got a pear yesterday with our lunch. So yeah, if you like chopping up your fruit, I suggest bringing a sharp knife. Just looking around to see what else I brought. I said tea towel. Not disposable, reusable straws, but I haven't used them. And our drink bottles to keep our water cold. I did bring a cup to drink out of, my Vegas cup from my trip last year. And then I've bought my coffee mug, my Mainfreight coffee mug, for my coffee, so my hot drinks, because that keeps them a little bit hotter for longer. Yeah, so we've also, with our click and collect, we bought some pot noodles in case we didn't like what we were being served. And we also have bought some cheese and crackers to maybe, give us a nice little platter on the weekend, to drink with our soda water, because there's no booze in our place. There's a lot of storage to like keep your bags. I've got a big suitcase underneath this big bench. Actually, so I haven't talked about the bench. It's a really long bench. So I've got my kettle area over here, and then there's a desk, and they've actually provided a desk chair for every room. And out the front on our balconies, you get a table and one chair per room. So yeah, it's really nice sitting out there and having a chat with our neighbours and getting to know their stories as to why they're here in the facility. And most people that I've talked to are going to be travelling onwards to either like Brisbane or Sydney or Adelaide. A lot of people going back home to get out of Victoria, which is, I think it's expected. A lot of people here are relieved. In our area, these are all the people that were with us on the flight. So everyone in our section of the camp is from Melbourne. So yeah, a lot of people were also going to other cities just for work. So yeah, look, it's a really great place to quarantine. It's clearly better than being stuck in a hotel in the city of Sydney or Brisbane or whatever. At least we can get to go outside. We can sit outside without masks on, and we get our exercise each day. So yeah, if you are wanting to travel around Australia and you have to quarantine, this is probably a really great place to do it. So yeah, you can keep yourselves entertained if you bring your stuff. So I've got my laptop. I'm going to be working on my vlogs. I'm also going to be applying for jobs because I don't have a job at the moment because I quit about 4, maybe nearly 5 weeks ago, to move up here. So that will be keeping me very busy. And yeah, I'll probably do a few more lives to give you some updates. I'll be posting videos of the food and stuff as well on my channel, which is Dideca, as you know, because you have found this video on my channel. So yes, I don't know what else I've got to say. I was hoping some people might join me and ask me some questions, but that's okay. I will be doing this again. So if you've liked this video and then you've got more questions that you would like answered, definitely let me know. Leave some comments below on this video. and then yeah, we'll do another one of these in a day or two, and yeah. So if you have been watching, thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and stay tuned for more fun videos from quarantine. Peace out.